Well, howdy, folks. I've got a million stories to share. I want to record them all before I cross the Great Divide. And, working with line hands for 25, 28 years, I can't remember how long. They were the hardest, toughest men I was ever around. I could tell stories for a year about those bad boys. And, of course, 47 years on horseback in the wilderness, hunting and fishing and stuff. And so I'm just going to pick stories from all the different stuff I did, and hopefully you folks find them entertaining. So I was working on a steel power line job from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Muleshoe, Texas, down by Clovis. And we were bad boys, we fought. You work 14 hours a day, 7 days a week for 6, 8 months in a row, and you're fighting with your best friend in the bar at night. And of course, we did a lot of bar time. And in those days, you fought. Somebody had enough, you pick them up, dust the seat of their pants off, and buy them a drink, and life went on. Sometimes you're fighting with your best friend. But you got no life on those jobs. All you do is work and sleep and drink. And so everybody was pretty handy with the fists. And in my youthful arrogance, I thought I was kind of a tough guy and such. So I'd been in a couple hundred fights by the time I was in my early 20s. So I'm on this job down in New Mexico. We're getting to the end of the job, and, we're all pretty wore out after probably a year and a half on this line. And the biggest quarter horse sale in the world is going on in Clovis, New Mexico, and we're thinking, cowgirls. There's going to be 1,000 cowgirls in town. So we get all cleaned up and go into Clovis, and Clovis sits on the border. The Texas side of Clovis is a dry county, no drinking. And the New Mexico side has all the bars. So we go into the country western bar, and here's all these cowboys and cowgirls and a live band. We're just having a great time. Because you don't get to play much on those jobs when you're working those kind of hours. So I'm having a great time, and, I think I'm a pretty tough guy back in those days. And I go in the bathroom, standing room only. There's this much water on the floor from an overflowed toilet. And stand in line, I get there and do my business and put my thing away and start out of there. And this little Texas cowboy, he couldn't have weighed 130 pounds, had the George Strait creased hat and the white starched shirt and the starched jeans with the crease down them. And he says, boy, in Texas, we all wash our hands after we go to the bathroom. And I looked down at this little pipsqueak and I said, well, by God, I'm from Texas and we ain't ignorant enough to pee on our hands like you boys. Well, boy, the fight was on, and we get to swinging, and one of us goes down, I think it was him, in that toilet water on the floor. We bust out through the doors, rolling through the bar. The bouncers grab us, throw us outside, and I'm thinking, I'm going to whoop this little Texas whippersnapper and go right back in there and dance with his girlfriend. Well, we get to, and I've been in a couple hundred fights by now, and I've boxed in high school, so I know how to fight. And I'm swinging at this guy, and he'd bap, 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 boom! And every time he hit me with his right hand, he'd break me open. I got both eyes are swollen shut, eyebrows are split, lips are split. I got a tooth knocked out. And I thought, well, I can't believe this. All I got to do is tag him one time. So I get up and we go at it again. Bap, bap, boom, and down I go. And I'm pretty wore out by now. One eye swole shut, and I'm just covered with blood. My shirt's ripped to pieces. And we go at it again. I never lay a hand on this little guy. And the third time, it takes me a while to get to my knees, and he comes over, and he's so polite. He goes, sir, why don't you just stay down? Well, I ain't going to let no Texas cowboy whoop my Montana ass. And I get back up, and he does the same thing again. And that time I looked up, and now my eyes are all but swelled shut. I can just barely see him out of one eye. And I said, you know what? I think I'm just going to stay down now. Worst beating I ever took. Well, he felt so bad. And he had money. He had one of those fancy live-in horse trailers, with the sink and everything. And he was there for the sale. He takes me out to his trailer, and he cleans me all up and puts them butterfly stitches on my face. And now my eyes are swelled shut. He puts a little Texas starch shirt on me, and the sleeves come to here. And I think we got 3 buttons done. And he takes me back in the bar, and he bought me drinks all night and introduced me to all his friends. And the guy was he felt terrible for that ass kicking. And I mean world-class ass kicking he gave me. And then somebody takes me back to my room. And next night, we're back in the bar, of course, and I'm swelled shut. I still can't see. He leads me around all night, and just before they all leave Texas and the horse sale's over, he comes over and he says, Well, I never got a medal, but I was 4-year series Golden Glove champion in the Olympics. He says, "You're pretty handy," he says, "but you ain't no boxer." The worst beating I ever took, and I'll never forget that guy. I never laid a hand on him. There's one of my fighting stories.